Hey, welcome to Swiss Family. So today we're going to be looking at two boots from the Fischer cross-country line. The first are the OTX 5 BC, mainly for off-track cross-country skiing. And the second are the BCX 6, and these are mainly for backcountry cross-country skiing. I use both of these boots on the same pair of skis, so I'm going to give you my impression and thoughts after one season of using them. Enjoy! Today we're looking at two boots from the Fischer cross-country line, the Fischer OTX 5 BC and the Fischer BCX 6. So first of all, what do they have in common? They both fit on NNN BC bindings, so these are a little bit wider than traditional cross-country ski bindings, and it gives you more control over your ski, especially on the downhill and in deep powder. Both are meant for off-track or backcountry cross-country skiing, and I should mention right off the bat that I really enjoy both of these boots for different reasons. So let's start with the Fischer OTX 5. So I got these because this winter I started off-track cross-country skiing. I live right on the border of the forest here, but groomed tracks are about 15 minutes drive away, so I wanted something that I could use straight from my doorstep. So I started buying the off-track cross-country skis, and I posted a review for those in the description, and then looked for the boots that would go with them. So what's the particularity of these boots? So first of all, they have this ankle cuff that gives you a little bit of increased stability and control over your ski. It's still relatively flexible, and I'll compare these to the BCX later just to give you an idea. The other thing is that they have a nice liner on the inside that's pretty warm. So we had a couple of days of -10, -15 degrees Celsius, and I had no problem going out in these shoes. And the last thing is also this Gator, which is absolutely essential when you're going backcountry or off-track cross-country skiing. You really want to make sure that the snow does not get into your boots. So they work very well in that sense. So the feel, I found these to be super comfortable. They're very easy to put on and get out the door. I did find them a little tighter than my regular cross-country ski shoes that are also Fischer. So that's just something to consider. It was not tight enough that I would go one size up, but I did notice that my toes are touching the front a little bit with these shoes. So just something to consider if you're right between sizes. The build quality is also very good. So my regular cross-country ski shoes are Fischer, and you can see that these are quite flexible. And then here, on my regular cross-country ski shoes, the plastic cracked where it flexes. I don't think that these will crack at all, because it's a different kind of, it's not a plastic, it's like a rubber. So I think it'll last a long time, but we'll see as the seasons go by, and if they do crack, I will post an update to this review. Last but not least, I also found these to be comfortable and flexible enough to drive in. So I wouldn't go long distances, but if I need to get 15 minutes away to some cross-country tracks, it worked quite fine, even though I'm guessing you're probably not supposed to do that. Moving on to the BCX 6, so these are a significant step up in terms of stability. The reason I got these is that as soon as I started off-track cross-country skiing, I knew that I would eventually want to get some wider skis and go on longer trips, steeper slopes, and deeper powder. So what are the particularities of this boot? So the first thing to mention is that it's generally a lot stiffer. So there's hardly any flex in this boot. It also has an ankle support, but I'm pressing here with the same strength as earlier, and you can see that it barely moves. So really it's a much stiffer boot for going downhill. There's also a little Velcro here to better attach to the heel, but actually I haven't played with this at all. I find it doesn't really make much of a difference. There's also a thermoliner that's significantly thicker, and also some thicker laces, kind of like those you would find on trail shoes or maybe even mountaineering boots. The final thing to mention about these is that they have leather lining here on the outside, sorry. So I think in terms of durability and also just the look, they're a lot more elegant kind of shoe. And of course, they have the same Gator essential if you're going cross-country or backcountry skiing. In terms of the feel for these, they're super comfortable once on, but like the OTX, I felt they were a little bit tight compared to regular cross-country shoes. And they're also not easy to slip on. 2 reasons. I don't know if you can see it. In the back, I know you can't see it very well, but Fischer puts this padding in the back of the ski that sits right above your heel, and that minimizes slippage. But I have found actually that if you force your foot into the shoe, that padding can move down onto your heel and then it's really not comfortable. So you want to make sure that the laces are completely undone and that you slip your foot into the shoe quite comfortably. And the second are the laces. So the laces, they're really nice, but they slip. They're a little bit difficult to tighten. And I'm a tiny bit worried the way they're attached. Can't see it so well. Here, the little cord that they're attached to, I'm worried about the durability of that cord and that they might just break after a while. So that's just something to consider. One last thing to consider is this strap that goes across to really attach the ankle cuff to your ankle. I have rather narrow ankles, and so I need to cinch it to the maximum. And what ends up is that I have this flap just flapping around like that. And I would really like the Velcro to continue so that I could just attach it to the shoe. So that's maybe just a minor thing that I'd like to see different in the next version. And in the meantime, I'll probably just fix it with some super glue. In terms of performance, they work as described, so I really enjoy both of these. The OTX are great for me to slip on and get out of the door and do a quick 1-hour trip in the forest and the clearing. The BCX are a lot beefier. You feel a lot more stable to control your ski on a downhill. If you're trying to telemark on your off-track or backcountry, cross-country skis, you will have a lot more, it'll be a lot easier in the BCX 6. But I would say careful if you're trying these on in the store. I didn't really feel the difference of stability when I was trying them on, but when I was skiing, it was like night and day. So that's it. I really enjoyed both of these boots. Please do post any questions or comments below. And if you liked it, please hit subscribe. And yeah, catch you later. Ciao.